Welcome to my Manga Diaries part 2. Today we're going to be talking about 8 new mangas I've started reading over the past 2 months. I'm going to be going over the plot, my opinions of the manga, and whether I'd recommend it to you guys. All of the mangas in today's video are going to be shoujo, romance, school life, drama, comedy mangas. So if they're not, I will specify. I've got some real bangers in today's video, but then also some not so good. Some I probably won't be continuing reading unless you guys tell me to keep going with it. So I do need your advice throughout this video. Quick disclaimer, I'm going to be saying all of the manga titles via their English translation, but in the description box, I'll put their original Japanese title as well. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first one today is Honey Lemon Soda. I love it. I love it. It took me a while to get into, but this manga follows Yuka Ishimori, who had a really bad middle school life. She got bullied a lot because she doesn't have any social skills, and yeah, she had a pretty terrible time. So she decided to go to a public high school to try and make more friends, come out of her shell, and start a new life basically. But on her first day, she ends up getting soaked by lemon soda by this guy called Kai. It was an accident, but it wasn't a great start to the school year. And the story follows Ishimori trying to come out of her shell, and guess who helps her? The guy that covered her in lemon soda, Kai. He kind of takes a nurturing vibe because he's popular, he's cool, he's a bit of a delinquent, like he can get into some fights, but he's a good guy, and he takes her under his wing to push her to be more out there, and they form this bond, and it's about their friendship, but mainly about Ishimori and her getting friends and having a better school life. This manga was hard for me to get into, I'm not going to lie. Like the first volume, it was a bit repetitive to me because Ishimori, she's not having a good time here, and she really does suffer with social situations, and she's a bit of a pushover. And I was thinking, come on, let's move this story along. I also couldn't grasp Kai, the male main character. I didn't get his angle, and I wasn't vibing with him, but I pushed through, and now I am obsessed. I've just got to volume 8, and at the end of volume 7, something big happens, and I was gagging for that moment, and it has happened. So now I can't wait to continue with the series. So if you're someone like me and you struggled with the first volume, please keep going because it is so worth it. Ishimori is hilarious. I freaking love her. Like once she starts to come out of her shell and make some friends, she is 10 out of 10. And I'm also really warming to Kai. I love his hair. I'm obsessed with it. Bright yellow, like lemon. So I was so excited when I found out that this manga is getting an anime next year, I believe January, so I can't wait for that animation. The series has 25 volumes and it's still ongoing. So if you like a manga with a lot of content, this is for you. There's a lot of funny moments in there. It's very, very cutesy. And if you like shy girl, delinquent, popular guy, give this a go. Now, we've got our second one, which is a complete 180 for me in terms of freaking love Honey Lemon Soda. And then we've got Wolf Girl and the Black Prince. Let me explain the plot and then I'll go into why I think this is a DNF for me. But the story follows Erika, who is in high school, and she's got 2 besties who, they're not really that nice to her. They're boy obsessed, they've got boyfriends, and they're into makeup and all the glam and gossip, etc. And she wants to fit in, but she's never had a boyfriend. So she lies to them and says, oh yeah, I've got this boyfriend. They don't believe her, so she decides to take a picture of this random guy on the street that looks pretty hot. And she's like, no, this is him. Lo and behold, this boy actually goes to their school. So she's like, crap, I'm gonna have to ask this guy, Kyoya, can you be my fake boyfriend? Please, please, please. Now, first impressions, you think he's all right. He looks like a normal guy, he's quite popular at school, he's very smiley. No, 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 no. He is evil and he decides to be like, yep, I'll pretend to be your girlfriend. However, I am gonna make you be my slave. You're gonna do whatever I tell you. And then he continues to call her dog. So the story follows their fake relationship. I'm on volume 8 and I don't know how I've made it this far. There's 26 volumes altogether, but he is just not a nice person. I don't vibe with him at all. There's been some moments, I think he's misunderstood, but I just don't vibe with him. He literally makes her crawl on the ground and woof, calls her dog, treats her like crap, is a really bad texter. He's just got a lot of issues, whereas she is just really nice and ditzy and wants to see the best in everyone. So she's kind of like, is he really that bad? Oh, I hate him, but I'm gonna keep giving him a chance. I don't think it's worth me reading because I don't care about them two. I'm like, bin him and get with someone else. He is not worth it. Now, we're going back up. We're coming in with a good one, and it is a condition called love. Yes, 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 yes. I've read one volume and I'm in. I'm hardcore invested. I love it. The story follows Hotaru Hinase, who is a young girl in high school who has never been interested in romance or love. She is very family and friend orientated, but she's just never connected to romance or the feeling of love. She ends up witnessing a breakup in a restaurant and she finds the guy that got dumped outside sitting in the rain looking really sad. So she goes up to him, gives him an umbrella and tells him everything's gonna be okay. What happens the next day? Similar to the previous manga, he ends up being a student at her school. He's in the year above, and that is Hananoi, and he is obsessed with her, like from the get-go. This guy got dumped yesterday and today he's like, I really like you, I want to go out with you. It's a bit like, whoa, I don't like insta love, and this is giving me insta love vibe. And she's a bit like, what on earth are you talking about? You don't know me. I just gave you an umbrella and I said 3 words to you yesterday. But he's very persistent and he really shows that he's interested in her. He does really nice things for her, and she ends up agreeing to go on a trial dating basis with him so she can try and learn what love is and he can try and get her to fall for him. It's about their trial relationship, and it's about us discovering who Hananoi is, because he's a bit of a question mark. You don't know much about him. You get a little inklings of what he's really like, and he seems a bit sinister when he's alone, but he's really devoted and kind and really extra when he's with Hotaru. I'm on volume 1. I've just finished volume 1. I'm on volume 2. There's 15 volumes. It's completed, and it has an anime that's come out this year. I am loving it. The start, I was like, what on earth is going on? At the end of volume 1, I am obsessed with the female lead. I relate to her so much. When I was in high school, I was that kid that was awkward holding hands with a guy, and none of that stuff came really natural to me. So her internal thoughts I related to so much, and it made me laugh. She is hilarious. I freaking am obsessed with her. And I've heard that the male lead, Hananoi, people say he's a bit of a red flag. I don't see that yet. I mean, maybe something comes out in the later volumes, but at the moment, I mean, it's a bit weird, his insta love, but I'm liking him. And the way it ends of volume 1, I really respect him, and I'm excited to see where their friendship and situationship goes. So yeah, I 100% recommend this. It is so cutesy, it's funny, and it's different. It's very different to the usual like school life mangas I've watched because of the situation that they're in, like the trial relationship and how quick it all happens. I like it. Yes. This next one is a banger. I love it. You are gonna love it. Actually, most of you's probably read it because I did a poll on my community tab saying which manga should I start next, and this one won by it got 70 something %, and that is Kamisama Kiss. Now this one's a bit different. It's not the typical like romance, school life. It's more fantasy, mystery, action, comedy, drama. That's the vibe of this one. So it's quite different to the other ones in this YouTube video, but boy oh boy, this is hilarious. I have laughed my arse off reading this manga. I'm on volume 2. There's 25 volumes. It is completed. The story follows Nanami, who is a young girl, thinks she's in high school, but this is not a school life. Like, it's not set in high school settings. She ends up homeless because her dad is horrible and ends up leaving her because he's mega in debt and bailiffs take everything from their house and repossess their house. So she's always known as like the cheap girl at school and the girl with no money, and now she's homeless and she's been abandoned by her father. She ends up saving this guy from getting attacked by a dog, and he gifts her his house while he's away. Lo and behold, this place is actually a shrine in the middle of this forest, and he has made her the local deity. Where, right, I didn't know what this meant, but it's someone that looks after the shrine, and when people go to pray, like the family members or like relatives and friends, they go to pray at the shrine, and the deity has to grant the wishes, listen to the wishes, write down their prayers and grant their wishes if they can. So she has to take on this new role. Currently, the shrine is guarded by the fox familiar Tomoe, and his role is to look after the deity, but he's like, I don't want to look after this human girl. She's got no powers. What is going on? So it follows Nanami's journey in trying to manage this shrine and get some powers, but it's also about Tomoe. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's about him grasping with the fact that he's got to help this girl and he doesn't really want to, and they've got like a love-hate relationship going on. There's some other cute side characters in there, and straight away it's just so funny. There's loads of magic and drama and just so much goes on from the get-go. You will love this. I don't know if anyone would not like this. There's nothing not to enjoy about this, and I am obsessed with Nanami. And the fact that she's gone through hell and she's like, screw it, I'm gonna try and do my best. She's really headstrong, she knows what she wants, and the comedy and banter between the two main characters is 10 out of 10. And it helps that Tomoe is cute as hell. It's pretty hot with his little fox ears, and he adds some flavour to the manga. I would really, really recommend this. It's been my favourite read out of all of these mangas in today's video. Next one is a potential DNF again. I know it sucks, but it is You've Got Me, Senpai. So this story follows Serena, who is a high school student, and she comes to school one day and her desk is defaced with love song lyrics. And she's really intrigued about who put this there. She kind of connects with the song. She thinks it's really lovely. So she wants to know who did this. She finds out it's a guy a year above called Mizukawa, and she really wants to get to know him purely because of this love lyric song on her desk. He is really cold. He's very aloof. Doesn't show much emotion. He's not really bothered, but she's really persistent and she really wants to date this guy from the get-go. This is insta love, but crazy insta love. Like, I'm a bit mind boggled by the whole situation because they end up going out literally straight away. She's like, I really, really want to date you. They end up going out, and I swear they don't even know each other's full names. Like, they don't even know each other. And he's just like, yeah, okay. And they start going out, and it's about their relationship together. We know nothing about the characters separately because this happens extremely fast. She is freaking annoying. I can't vibe with her. I'm so sorry if you like these characters. Don't get me wrong, there are some really cute moments, but I'm not invested. It's blah. It's not giving me anything. There's no zhuzh. The art style is just a bit different. So again, I don't think I'm gelling much with that either. I'm on volume 4. There's 10 volumes. It's completed. I think I'm not going to continue with it. I'm not excited. So let me know, does it get better? Should I continue it? Okay, we're back on a high. This is good. It's a bit odd. I've taken a while to get into it, but I love it. And that is Tamon B-side. This got recommended loads in my YouTube video comments. So I was like, I have to give this a go. This is different to what I usually read. It's showbiz, like it's got stardom in it, like celebrities, but also it has some psychological issues in there, like mental health, etc. So trigger warning if you are a bit sensitive to depression and anxiety, because this is heavy on that. So let's get into the plot. The story follows Utage, who is a high school student, and she works part-time at this cleaning company, and she is obsessed with this boy band. And when I say obsessed, she is like die-hard fan. She goes to all the shows, she has like fan pages, she has signs when she goes to this show, so she's extremely invested in this group, especially her favourite of the group, Tamon. But one day on the cleaning job, her colleague was sick, so she's like, I will cover your shift for you, I'll clean up this guy's house. And when she gets there, it's freaking Tamon. It's Tamon's apartment, and she has to clean her idol's apartment. He's a completely different person to when he is on stage. On stage, he's confident, he's cool, he's got swag, but outside of all of that, he is a shell of himself. He's racked with anxiety, depression, he can't move, he can't eat properly, he can't dress himself. Like, this is someone who is in need of therapy, like he needs help. But because she wants the best for him, she decides to help him, and she tries to make him feel more confident and supports him through basically all of his challenges to make sure that he is his best on stage. So it is hilarious. It has really funny moments. It is a bit repetitive though. That's all I'll say. It's a bit samey until, so I'm at, where am I at? I'm at volume 2. And I think if there wasn't a change where I actually am, I would have DNF'd it, because the story wasn't moving, it wasn't going anywhere. However, they've just introduced another character, and I think it's going to spice it up a bit. It's going to make it intriguing and interesting. Because at the moment, Tamon he's a bit too much. Like, I feel bad for him, but he insanely relies on the female main character. And I think he's taken advantage of her. But she's willing to do this because she freaking loves the band and she loves him. Oh, I find there's a bit of an issue. Like, I have an issue with their relationship. But with this new person coming in, I think there's going to be a bit more of a better dialogue and a bit more zhuzh to the story. So I'm still quite invested. Like I said, I've found it quite funny, and because it's been so highly recommended, I'm definitely going to keep going with it. It has got 7 volumes so far, and it's ongoing. So I'm excited to see where the story goes. This next one is, again, not the typical school life cutesy manga I go for. Definitely a comedy, but it has tragedy. That's all I'll say, because it's good for you to find out when you read the manga. But the story follows Neno, who is a girl who's really shy. She's got really big hair. It reminds me of a lion's mane, and she keeps her fringe covering her face. She doesn't really like to talk to anyone at school. She keeps herself to herself. And she has like this pet bird that stays on her shoulder. People think it's a fake bird, but it's actually a bird with consciousness. It can talk to her, and they have this friendship. Her family end up saying to her, you need to look out for our next door neighbour, because something bad is happening to him at the moment, and he needs all the support and love he can get. And this guy is called Kira. But the issue is, Neno has never ever spoken to him. He's in her class at school, but he's really popular. He's a little bit mean. Or in all honesty, these two are so good for each other. Like, it follows their friendship. And at the moment, it is only friendship. I haven't seen anything more where I am in the manga. But they really help each other. She makes him more grounded and has a better perspective on life, and kind of pushes him to like be a better person and enjoy life. And then also him to her, he helps her come out of her shell and is like, come on, talk to people. You can't just sit there and be that weird girl with a bird on your shoulder. It's got some really lovely moments in there, some sad, hard-hitting moments, and a bit of good comedy. The bird adds great comedy. I'm not gonna lie, I freaking love him. I'm on volume 3. It has 9 volumes and it's completed. I am definitely gonna keep going with the story. And this is a manga where I have no idea what on earth is going to happen. You know when you can tell, like typically, you know how it's all gonna end, you know who they're gonna end up with, etc. I don't know how this is gonna pan out. I'm scared. I'm really scared. I really want it to be a happy ending, but I think it might not be. Who knows? So be warned going into this. There are some things in it that's a bit, oh my God. Next. We've got a drop. We've got a dropper. This is no good. Whoever recommended this to me, I don't know if it got recommended or I randomly saw this on TikTok, but what is going on? I am agitated and stressed out reading this manga. But I've made it through 17 chapters, so there was something that kept me reading. And this is technically not a manga, it's a manhwa. But let's get into the plot. Story follows Chai, who is this popular girl, and she always has guys fawning after her, and she's known to have short relationships because she gets bored easily. She's never really been in love, and she's a bit tired of that, and she dumps boys for no reason. She ends up getting her wallet stolen, and when she runs after this guy, there's this other man beating this robber up, and this guy is called Jung. And so she thinks, this is my knight in shining armor. He's beating up this guy so I can get my wallet. But in this fight, Jung absolutely gets beaten to a pulp and ends up in hospital. And she ends up feeling obliged to help him, but she finds out that this guy is trouble. He gets into fights all the time, he misses school, he doesn't really care about life. So he's the complete opposite of who she thought he was. And the story follows their relationship, and mainly Chai hating this guy but being always drawn to him and always wanting to help him out. And then it's about us finding more out about Jung, who is really going through it. He's not having a good life. He's definitely got some mental health issues. He's always getting into fights. Yeah, his life is a mess, and there's a lot going on with him. He's got a lot of backstory, and you do find all of that out. Set in high school, there's a lot of gangs, it's very delinquent vibes, and popular girl, messed up guy. That's the best way I can describe this. I hope I've described that okay, but Jung, please just get therapy. Please. I think Chai, what are you doing? She is just completely obsessed with him and really wants to help him, and I don't mind that, but this guy is literally always in fights, and I just want him to get help and be in therapy. And I've made it to chapter 17. The way they chat to each other, like on the phone and stuff, I'm just like, what is going on here? I can't gel with them. I want to scream at her. I want to shake him. I don't think I'm going to continue on with the story. Some of it doesn't even make sense. There's some side characters in there, like there's this main bully of Jung who is in this big gang. There's this other gang. There's a lot of that going on. Delinquents and fights. It's just so random. And I just don't know what's going on. I would like to know other people's opinions of it. Do you think the same as me? And if you think you're gonna read it, please read it and then comment back here, because I want to know other people's opinions. Am I being harsh? I need to know. So that's all the mangas I'm gonna be speaking about today. Like I said, some great ones, some okay ones, and then some not so good ones. I hope you're enjoying the manga content. I've got a lot more on the way. The next one is ranking my top 5 romance manga guys. I put a poll out a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to be putting the videos out in the order that they got voted in the poll. So yeah, expect these videos coming your way. And quickly, I just wanted to pop in here that I wanted to thank all of you because I have reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. It was such a big goal of mine and we've done it. So I'm completely buzzing, on a really great high. So I hope you stick around and keep enjoying the content. Hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.